Hey everyone, welcome back to the Rock and Roll channel. It's good to check in today. Today we're gonna take a little break from Florida State football. I know they had a lot going on today alone with the lawsuit hearing in Charlotte, North Carolina, and Pro Day, but I wanted to just take a day to discuss WrestleMania 40 because that's a big event coming up, and for wrestling fans, I know they're watching closely to see what some of the final matches will be, what nights the matches are going to be, because we're about 2 weeks away, and just what is going to happen with The Rock and Cody and Roman and everybody. Tonight is SmackDown. They got some good matches, but obviously the most talked about segment is going to be Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns having a face to face. That should be really cool. Um, I hope it's just me personally, and I've thought this, and I really haven't said it. Is I hope tonight we have a little bit of that dark side of Cody that we saw the other night, but towards Roman. We saw it with The Rock the other night. Some people's, I don't know, they thought it felt forced. I didn't, because if you watch Cody over the years, he has it in him. But in WWE, he's been the true baby face, so he doesn't do that. Now, if you saw him in Ring of Honor about 5 years ago, maybe a little, maybe longer, 6 years ago, he was a true heel champion, and he just went on a promo rant about Roman one night, even though different companies, obviously. And it was awesome. I'd like to see a little of that tonight towards Roman, even that side a little darker. I'm not going to say what he said, because I don't want to give it away if he does do it. Not that he's discussed it with me. So I hope we see that. So I don't expect The Rock to be there tonight. He's scheduled to be there. If not next week, he's scheduled to definitely be at the Raw before WrestleMania in Brooklyn, that last go home Raw. So that is cool. I would imagine he'll be at the SmackDown as well. He's been busy, at least with promoting the matches, which I like to see. Whether I'm a big fan of him that this much these days, anyway, he should be there. Roman was not there last week, so I expect The Rock not to be there this week. And Seth's not advertised either. So it's really just about Cody and Roman discussing their match one-on-one, because we haven't seen that yet. We've seen a lot of the two sides facing off. We've seen a lot of Cody and Rock. We've not really, since the press conference, and they didn't really get into it then, discuss the match between Cody and Roman. So it's good they're addressing it tonight. Looking forward to see what they have to say. We're down to 2 teams left in the tag team tournament to determine the 6-pack ladder challenge against the Judgment Day. Right now, against Judgment Day, you have DIY, which is Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, as well as Awesome Truth, Miz and R-Truth. And obviously with R-Truth, anything can happen in a ladder match. And it'll be interesting where his loyalties with the Judgment Day lie. They kind of kicked him out, but he still loves those guys. So that'll be interesting. New Day with Kofi and Xavier Woods, you got to put those guys in it, which is great. They earned it, of course. Kofi does crazy things in ladder matches and Royal Rumble type matches. So I expect at WrestleMania him to do something incredible. Tonight on SmackDown, you have Grayson Waller and Austin Theory taking on the Good Brothers, my guys, Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows, for a spot in the 6-pack ladder challenge. I'm biased. I'm rooting for the Good Brothers, but I really do like Grayson Waller and Austin Theory a lot. Okay, so let's talk about some of the other matches, because we really haven't done that yet. Also, a lot of matches have been announced since I last really talked about WWE. So we obviously know the top 2 matches. The night 1 tag match, Cody and Seth Rollins taking on The Rock and Roman. The stipulations, I'm not going to go over them because Seth Rollins might tell me to shut the hell up. I'm just kidding. Basically, if the Cody and Seth win, no bloodline interference can be there for Roman and Cody night 2. If bloodline wins, anything goes. Bloodline rules. So I really was positive Cody and Seth would win. Now I'm not sure, because they might just have Cody do the Rocky story. since it's in Philadelphia, where he's just got to overcome insane obstacles to get to his goal, or in his case, finish his story. Which I don't get the whole finish the story thing. I think it's a great concept, great theme. Everyone uses it. But when you're the champ, how is the story finished? Because you got to defend the belt. But it's still a cool catchphrase, and it's worked for him the last 2 years. I really like it too. Okay. Now, we still don't know what nights are going to be the matches. We just know some of the matches. For the women's championship, you're going to have Io Sky versus Bailey. I'm not going to do a full preview now. I'll do that when it gets closer. I'm just going to go over a couple things, what I think. Io Sky, Bailey. I think it's a good match. Bailey, that was the group she was with and has left them. I like that they went that direction for Bailey's Royal Rumble win. For the women's title, for the other women's title match, for the women's championship, Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch. Finally, we're getting that match. Rhea has really just emerged herself as, I have to say it, in the women's division for WWE. She's the top dog. I might be a big Charlotte fan, but she hasn't been there. I think her and Becky are going to put on a classic, without a doubt. Like I said, I'm not going to really delve into all of them now. For the Intercontinental Championship, Gunther, who's been on a streak of his own. I think he's a future heavyweight champion, or going to be in that picture, taking on Sami Zayn. Sami's coming back. A year ago at this time, he had one of the hottest storylines going and just his promos were unreal, and he was out for a while. I like that they put him back in the mix right away. Usually a lot of times WWE, even if you were red hot, but you're off for a while, it's hard to get back in the mix unless you're just a major guy. So glad they acknowledged Sami there. We discussed the six-pack ladder challenge. Also, you announced last week, LA Knight versus AJ Styles. This is a big match. Listen, AJ always delivers in the ring. He's just one of those guys. He's that good. LA Knight, the criticism he got after the Roman Reigns match was someone said he wasn't ready for it, but he's 41. You're going to be ready. You're going to be ready. But maybe, I don't know, I give him the benefit of doubt. Maybe it was just sometimes a match just doesn't go right. It happens. Sometimes two wrestlers just don't have the chemistry that you think they should have. So I think it's a big match for LA Knight, big stage. People are not going to rip AJ if the match isn't good. So it's up to LA Knight to do his part. I think it's going to be a good match. I hope LA Knight has some awesome and crazy entrance for that because he deserves it. For the WWE United States Championship, as announced last week, it'll be Logan Paul in a triple threat match against Kevin Owens and my favorite wrestler, Randy Orton. I think it's going to be a great match. Logan has proven he's not just how do I phrase it, a YouTube sensation / prime representative / mainstream guy coming into WWE. Like, he's a really solid wrestler, has put on great matches. So I expect nothing less out of him in this match. Obviously, Kevin is a pro's pro. When isn't he good? Randy is one of the greatest of all time. So you know he's going to deliver. And like I said, I will delve more into these matches probably about the week of. So those are what we know for now. So more matches to come. I think they're going to be some good ones. I mean, obviously, some of the plans have gotten canceled due to injuries. Punk is not on the card, which I'm fine with personally. So yeah, that was a big thing. Oh yeah, I forgot it wasn't mentioned there. Seth Rollins is defending his title against Drew McIntyre. Wasn't thrilled about that match, and not because Seth is one of the best. Drew, solid worker, good dude. Part of me said I've seen this match so many times, and this is WrestleMania where you like to see things a little more different. But Drew's done a great job on his promos for this match to get you interested, and that's wrestling for you. Maybe you didn't think you'd be interested in a match, but someone talks to you so well about it, it draws you in. I remember trying to think 7 years ago for the WrestleMania Orlando when they announced it was going to be John Cena and Nikki Bella against Miz and Maurice. And I was like, are you kidding me? Cena, this is the match you're doing? I just thought it was a joke. But they did such a great storyline leading up to it. I was interested in that match, and it delivered. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking right now. AEW, I'll admit, I did not really watch the full Dynamite. the clips I saw, other than I keep saying Edge, Adam Copeland, who's now the new TNT champion, and Christian, I just, maybe I'm wrong, and I'm trying not to be super critical of AEW because I really like their product. But if you think about it, what have they really done different since Revolution? Still got Swerve and Samoa Joe. You still got the Bucks are in the tag tournament now, since Sting and Darby had obviously relinquished the titles. I don't know. I just want to see something different in AEW. Some new storylines. You still got Jericho, really doing the yeoman's job of working with Hook now. He's kind of paying tribute to the people who helped him out on the way. That's what I'm thinking when he had the matches with people from CMLL, because he has history in Mexico. He's got history with Hook's dad, Taz. So that's why I think that he's doing that a little bit. And then he's probably going to take time off at some point for Fozzy. So I don't think that's why he gets into these big title storylines, because he might not be able to be there as much, even though Fozzy really hasn't affected his AEW schedule as much as people anticipated when AEW first started. I think that's it for now. As far as SmackDown tonight, like I talked about, we got Roman and Cody face to face. I think that is a lot bigger than people might think, because it's going to show us what direction the match is going, what Roman's thinking. My guess is going to be like, oh, you weren't good enough to beat me once. You're not going to beat me again. I'm going to beat you again, and you're done. You're never going to get my title shot. You're never going to get a shot at the title again. Cody's going to do a little bit of the Rocky, but like I said, I want him to get personal with Roman. No one's really done that since Roman's become head of the table. Just get nasty and personal. I'd like to see that. I want to see that side of Cody. I want to see. This is a personal take. If people like the usual stuff, that's fine. But I just think it's something different. Like, we know about Cody's story. We know how important it is for him to win that belt, and we're all behind Cody. But that being said, I want to see the nasty side. We saw it with The Rock, so it's only fair to see it with Roman. So I think that's it for now. Just wanted to check in. Thank you again for the support. Hey, every day I'm just trying to get better at this YouTube thing. I wanted to divert. I decided to, instead of doing Florida State and wrestling in one live stream, I decided let's separate them all so I don't convolute everything. And that's fine by me. Not that anyone said that to me, but it's important that I be a little more specific in what I talk about. Yeah, something might come up so big in one of them, but overall, I am going to try to really be specific in what I talk about, because I'm where a lot of people just talk about one thing on their live streams, whatever their topic is or their niches. My thing is I want to be a little diverse with music, rock, wrestling, and Florida State sports, and some pro sports here and there. I really don't get into them as much, so I don't want to just confuse people of what I'm talking about at times. So thank you for your support. Any comments you got about Florida State stuff, about music, about this wrestling talk from today, please give me a comment. I would love to hear what other people are thinking. I'm not an expert. I mean, I've been watching wrestling a long, long time, so I like to think I have an idea what might happen. But at the end of the day, the idea means nothing until you see it unfold in front of you as a fan. That's why I always crack up when you hear people say, I know they're going to debut on this night. You do not know until they walk out of that curtain. You can only assume and guess. That's why I crack up about that stuff. But thank you for the support. Thank you for your time and watching this, and I'll talk to you later.